health is so much more than just diet and exercise, you know? Now, the research increasingly shows that a healthy gut microbiome is crucial to a healthy life. A healthy gut microbiome, that's the microbiome that lives in your gut. Now, over time, people with type 2 diabetes lose the gut bacteria that help them digest fiber and manage blood glucose levels. So, for those with type 2 diabetes, diet and exercise alone are often not enough to manage it. Pendulum glucose control is the first and only probiotic clinically shown to help manage type 2 diabetes when taken with medication. Why pendulum? Let me tell you. It can feel like an uphill battle to keep post-meal blood sugar and A1C levels where you need them. Pendulum glucose control can help you. That's right. Their team of scientists, doctors, and innovators isolated the unique strains of beneficial gut bacteria that help people with type 2 diabetes manage their blood sugar levels. Isn't that fascinating? Isn't that incredible? I do believe so.
I actually know a lot of people with diabetes, and you know what they need? They need all the help they can get, including help from their gut microbiome.
If you or someone you love has type 2 diabetes, take control of glucose levels with Pendulum Glucose Control. Use code BALD at pendulumlife.com to get 20% off all products. That's pendulumlife.com. Promo code BALD for 20% off.
I'm at a crossroads because I want to ask you what you've been doing, but I know because I only spent time with you.
I know. However, I am going to tell you, so something very interesting has been going on, which is I am getting older. Uh-huh. So I have been let's take it back to 2018. Singapore. Okay. Singapore. Do you know that Singapore is just an island?
I've never been.
Country? Oh, okay. Well, it's extremely hot. It's a tropical island around the equator.
Do you live?
No. In fact, I don't. I nearly die. 90 degrees, 100% humidity.
Hawaii.
I couldn't leave the hotel to smoke. That's how serious it was. I decided twice, because I forget, I left the hotel to go to a shady corner to have a cigarette, abandoned the cigarette halfway through to go back into the hotel because I couldn't be outside just standing put.
It's so humid it wouldn't stay lit.
I light it and it's just wet.
Yeah.
And people are just sweating. It is just so hot, no matter what time of year. It is rotten. Anyways, I do a show there without warming up. At the end, I jump into a split, and then I do the boop, boop, ba-doop, ba-doop in a circle, and then swiffer the taint back and forth. On the first jump, I tear. I feel a very, very sharp pain, like a tear in my hip flexor, which would have been an indication to stop the split.
Is this that move where you hit the ground and then you sort of bounce on it?
Bouncing, but I bounce in a circle and then I go boop, 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 boop. So I injured myself in the first split and then I continued injury. Scraping. Wheelchair at the airport the next day. Couldn't walk at all.
When was this?
2018, at the last date of the tour.
Don't you think the humidity would have helped your hip flexor?
It was the end of the show. I was already probably drenched in sweat, nothing, but I just didn't warm up. I didn't warm up at all. So anyways, that was a nagging injury and that has continued. And now I did a bunch of stuff yesterday for something that's coming up. We can just say it for the tour videos. Fight choreo. That it was so fun to do, but that is so painful. I think that I'm going to have to get my hip replaced.
Are you serious?
Kinda.
Where's the pain? Stand up and show the pain.
So the pain is here and here. So it
sounds like a hip flexor.
Yeah, it sounds like the entire hip joint is completely fucked. And guess this, my dad had his first hip replacement, first of two, when he was 45.
And you're
43.
So he did it younger than you. Wow.
I'm trailing him. Yeah, I should have both done by now. Yeah.
Let this be like an earnest, like Hemingway, but like earnest warning.
Ernest
because
goes to jail.
I know so many drag queens who do the splits and never stretch.
Okay, listen.
Seriously.
Tandy, Jane, Iman, Dupree, Devours, this is what you got to do. You got to do both sides.
That's
both
the thing.
Sides. And you got to warm up and cool down. You got to warm up and cool down.
Because when you're doing the split, I mean, I've seen it done. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this situation, the danger's not this leg.
No, it's hard. It's
the
usually
back
not
leg.
the hamstring. The hamstring is probably a little bit, because we're used to kicking and stuff. It's always the hip flexor of the back leg, the psoas, the hip flexor, the quad. Okay, this is very graceful.
It's this, but like to the ground.
Yeah. So
Thank
you for demonstrating what a split is.
But I think this,
Yes.
that's more of the danger.
That's where I got
Because I'm
injured.
feeling it there now.
Yeah.
Because you spend your whole day stepping forward. You don't step back like that very much.
No, we keep. That was beautiful. Maybe you should incorporate that into your act.
Well, I don't think you give yourself enough credit. Cartwheel split, bouncing on the split.
It hurts.
That's hard for anyone.
Yeah, especially at my advanced age with my conditions and my proclivities. It's
40?
40 is not it. 40 is not it.
Is
Zero
it
dark 40.
Is it cracked up to be anything though? Like
No.
you're
just
saying it like
cracked.
it's a reveal.
It's just cracked. Zero dark 40.
But if 30 is the new 20,
Mama, 40
40
is
is
the new
not the new
50.
30 though.
No.
You're saying 40 is, it goes the other way.
It bends. Time bends at that point, and you know you can. It's really horrible because I have to stretch before I go to bed. I have to stretch all the time. I'm always twisting. I'm always like doing stuff on the ground because there's just constant pain and aggravation and just wretched horror at every turn.
If you get your hip replaced, you won't be able to split still.
Well,
Are your split days over?
Hopefully, no. I'm hoping like in just like that, I'll be Carrie Bradshaw. Like they find out I have a congenital defect of my hip. I go for surgery, but then 10 minutes later it's healed and we jump forward until I'm back in Louboutins.
Have you gotten a real scan of it or anything?
Well, we've Xeroxed it, but I don't think I can't see anything. No, I'm going
I've
to go.
taken iPhone photos of the leg.
And the leg looks jacked. Yeah. No. I am
Beef jerky.
That's what it feels like. Well, you know, it feels like there's not a lot of it feels like there's no more gristle left to the bone and it's just grinding in the gear.
You got the hypervolt? Stick that double prone here and fuck it up, Maria.
So I have been doing that and I'm not convinced that the friction is helping the situation. The massage, like, because imagine that you have it's like the joint, the bones of the joint are lubricated by fluid, synovial fluid.
Right.
And so you drain out all the fluid. What good is jackhammering the bones into the bones going to help? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but anyways.
That's spooky. But you know what, though? I mean, I'm not going to be terminal here, but you had a good run.
Oh, I've been ready, Mama.
If you can't do
my bag's
splits
been packed
anymore-
for 3 years.
I'm not saying you have to quit drag. Slow down.
Oh, no, I was saying die. My bag's for Paris. I've been...
Do you have health insurance?
Funny you should ask that. I just got it. And I went to One Medical. The doctor's here.
You have one medical. Do you live?
Mama.
Girl!
Oh! You know, only in America do you get excited about the opportunity to pay thousands of dollars to have access to decent health care.
I know. Let's call it what it is.
Extortion?
No.
Let's call it a
because it's not even the most expensive of that type.
No, of course not.
You pay a premium.
Yeah.
And it allows you to go to the doctor. But to go to that doctor, you have to pay the premium per month, which is a little crazy.
I think it's yeah.
But for people like us who travel, let's say you're in pain and you're like, I fly in tomorrow. You go on your phone, you get to choose what location you want to go to and who you want to see.
Yep. Yeah.
It's magical.
I couldn't believe it. Last year I didn't, for a greater part of the year, I didn't have health insurance. I had no idea. So I realized I was like, oh shit, I got to go get a physical. I got the health insurance. HMO, I got a blue sheet or a HMO, PPO, PNP, whatever. I got Blue Shield.
Height and height.
I got height. Yeah. I don't know what it was, but then I finally got to do One Medical. I did the thing on the app. I went to there and let me tell you about this doctor, Dr. Donlin. He was terrific.
Did he work you out?
He worked me out. He was 32 years old.
Love
That's
it.
your age.
Yeah.
I said, do you like being a doctor? And he said, yeah.
I think, I mean, it's, you know what's funny about doctors and medical professionals in general? When someone says, I'm a nurse, I'm a doctor, it's like, they couldn't tell me a more impressive piece of information. I'm always amazed. Yeah. And they're always so nonchalant about it. Because to them, they're like, yeah, I processed it as I studied it for a decade. Yeah. So to them, it's like old news. But I'm like, I'm like, you're a real doctor?
How did you do that?
Oh my God.
What do you do? Yeah, well,
it's so cool.
He's so good. I loved, actually, it was the longest time since I've had like an intake, like a thorough intake. You know how like have you had therapy?
Like mental therapy?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Is that the terminology?
A therapist, like a psychotherapist, never?
No.
So like you go and you just get acquainted with them. It was kind of had that vibe, and it was like I found myself to be like feeling very vulnerable. Oh, I got so honest with him. It was fabulous. I have super high blood pressure. I'm on high blood pressure medication now. 69 cents a bottle.
That's a good deal.
No shit. And I said 69.
What are the symptoms of high blood pressure?
There are often none. So it's the silent killer. Hypertension is the silent killer. There's often no symptoms of it. It's usually diagnosed when it's during routine physicals and checkups and stuff.
But aren't really skinny people, don't they usually have low, but then again, smoking gives high blood pressure.
There's a whole.
And you're not skinny anymore.
There's a whole, I'm huge.
We saw that
I'm huge.
picture.
I'm
Yeah.
huge. I mean, ever since Weight Watchers, I've made friends with a lot of people who've kind of brought me into the light.
Yeah.
Because I've lied to myself for several years now.
I'm like not hot enough for Gold Hollywood, too skinny for curves. That's why I run marathons. I'm out there by myself. No one's judging me.
You're right. So wait. I'm old. I take, it's 8:00. I got to take my high blood pressure pill in my large glass of Ensure. And then I go, put my curlers in and then set the wig down and go to bed. It's not depressing. It's not really humbling. It's just humiliating.
40 is a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's a lot. Have you ever seen that video of that woman? She's getting her hair cut. No, she's getting her hair colored. And she's like, I pay you to do my hair. And the woman's like, oh, well, that's my assistant, Robin. And, she'll do your hair. And yeah, and they get really snippy. And the girl's like, well, I pay you to do it. And the hairdresser's like, well, that's my assistant. So you should really trust me. And then the girl in the chair goes to hit her hairstylist.
It's
and
real?
And there's a security camera going, and the footage is her going, did you just try to hit me, Robin? Get the fuck out of my chair, and pulls the thing off her and kicks her out. And the lady's like, you said you do my hair. I can't leave with my color. She has color still on her hair. And she walks out, and the woman says something I love so much. She goes, that's a lot, Robin. That was a lot, Robin. I'm like shaking.
Am I Robin in this situation?
No, but being 40 is Robin. That's a lot, Robin.
I need to kick this age out of the chair into the street with its color still on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nematode.
Yeah, nematode. That's a new one, folks, at home. We have just...
we've discovered some new celebrity information.
We've privately bonded over some classified information that we will not disclose at the current time. We just have to do your best to follow along, but... certain celebrities dragging other celebs, and it's just all in good fun.
A certain celebrity who called another celebrity said that she looked like a nematode.
A nematode. And then in another instance, she had made mention of someone looking like a turkey, a wild ass turkey that didn't get slaughtered, just a lazy big old fat turkey bitch. Something like that. So the creativity is what I appreciate.
That's what I appreciate.
Yeah. It's so odd. It's not just like, you stupid bitch. It's the colorful, the imagination is really like stretched to accommodate these
I don't even know what a nematode looks like.
And bless you, nematode is like, it looks like an eel. It's crazy. I don't think she knows what an actual nematode is. Because she was talking about, that ain't no frog, bitch. That's a fucking toad whatever.
You don't taste that nematode in your mouth? Not to one-up you and your hip-flexor problem, my right eyelid has been twitching.
Oh, shoot.
2 to 3 times a day, it does like a...
Oh,
and then
really?
goes away. And I looked up what causes it. And they said nothing and everything. Yes, lymphoma, Hodgkin's,
yeah.
Bob Hoskins lymphoma. And they also said caffeine, stress, and lack of sleep.
And being a faggot.
Being
a huge gay.
But it was really going off the other day on my run, and I was running down the street like this on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Yeah.
Just twitching.
It is eerie when you feel it, because obviously it's an involuntary response, and it's just she's yapping at you.
She's got something to say.
She's like, what are you talking about? Yeah.
Open the fuck up.
Now, I know that none of you watch porn, but just for argument's sake, let's say that you do. You'll want to pay attention to this. Now, with everything going on in the world, governments have increased their surveillance to a very startling degree. They're using your devices to track your location, movements, and in many countries, your internet activity. You don't want to be literally caught with your pants down. And one of the best ways to keep your online browsing activity private is by using ExpressVPN. When you use ExpressVPN on your phone, computer, whatever, your internet connection is rerouted through a secure encrypted server so you can surf the web more anonymously without anyone looking over your shoulder. Look, I know you think all you have to do is use incognito mode and no one can see that you've watched every hentai video on Pornhub, or that that naked Romanian gymnastics video that was circulating around the late 90s. But you're wrong. Even when you use incognito mode, your internet provider, like Verizon or AT&T, can see every single website you visit. So hotsexymilf.com is right there on your statement, and you don't want to break up your marriage. So that's why I use ExpressVPN wherever I go online, whether I'm shopping for rhinestones or trying to download little people porn. Doesn't matter. With a single click of a button, ExpressVPN stops others from getting a free license to peek over your shoulder and see all the you're looking at. So protect your privacy today and get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Visit expressvpn.com/bald. That's expressvpn.com/BALD for 3 months free with a 1-year package. Visit expressvpn.com/bald to learn more. Hey, hun, do you have love in your life? No? Oh, that's too bad. I do. Guess what? My lover loves me, my body, and most importantly, my underpants. Yes, me undies, in fact. That's right. The Valentine's collection is here to tantalize my lover. It's Valentine's Day coming up, and guess what is a wonderful gift you can get someone? Underpants, underwears, all types of things you wear under your clothes. Panties, thongs, boxers, boxer briefs, whatever, socks. Me Undies is an excellent source for all of those lovely things for you or a loved one. I love these underpants. I got to tell you, my ass is nasty. I got nasty ass, sweating and stinking, but Me Undies keeps me cool, calm, and collected with their lovely, whimsical prints and fabulous fabrics. Just the other day, I gave someone a pair of underwear and they said, "Thank you so much." And I said, "You're welcome." MeUndies has a great offer for my listeners. For a limited time only, get 20% off your first order of matching pairs for Valentine's Day. And as a first-time purchaser, you can also get 15% off and free shipping right to your door. To get 20% off matching pairs, 15% off your first order, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to meundies.com/bald. That's meundies.com/bald.
I got to tell you this too. Getting old is difficult because we just talked about this on the phone. I have been finding myself very tired at the end of the day because, which I guess is good. You're supposed to get tired at night. But lately, I've been trying to do the amount of shit I've always done, and I keep getting tired. And I'm running out of gas before I'm done with things I want to do.
We have to call unsolved mysteries because how... I don't know. Listen, I consider myself a fairly educated person with a reasonable amount of street smarts, but I can't figure this out. She's got 3 or 4 jobs. She's got about 16 hours of actual physical activity. I don't know how she gets tired. Are you on drugs, maybe?
Do you know what I did yesterday?
Yes, I do.
You did
Can
4
I
jobs.
say this?
4
We
had to be on set in drag yesterday at 8:30 a.m.
What time did you wake up? You overslept.
6.
Yeah, I woke up at 5:45. Because it takes me longer to get started now.
You know what, though? I still got 7 hours.
That's great.
I went to bed by like 10,
What an indulgent,
11.
lazy piece of shit you are for sleeping full 7 hours.
Well, you know what the tea was?
What?
I had to DJ last night, so I knew I was going to be getting into makeup at 6 a.m. and DJing at midnight.
In drag?
No, I wasn't in drag. I was unable. Someone lied to her several times.
Okay, that makes me feel like you're a less self-harm inclined because that seems...
But I came back from our shoot. I came back here and did a whole bunch of YouTube videos.
That is really impressive.
It is a lot. It's too much.
Yeah,
But getting old because I used to in my early 20s, I'd have like 3 jobs and be in college, or I'd be like in beauty school with 4 jobs and doing drag shows every night.
And then also staying up all night, drinking all the liquors and stuff like that.
Yeah, and when I was doing drag shows, drinking at every show.
Drunk.
And now I just can't do that. I get tired. Now it's like, if I have to go out that night, if I have a social obligation, I'm like, I have to sleep late that day.
Yeah.
Or I have to take some crazy nap.
Oh,
or I won't make it.
There's
I won't make
no
it.
way. I mean, I fell asleep at a movie that I was enthralled with. How about that?
I just drooled.
Old.
I drool so much. I was talking to David on FaceTime, and I was talking to him, and he was talking, and I just drooled. I drool at least once a day.
You weren't even talking. You were just slurring and drooling and half asleep.
I'm like that girl, Lana, with the rag.
Oh, yeah.
I drool all the time. It's not okay. My eyes twitching. I'm drooling.
Wow. This is us. This is grim.
One Medical. I mean, I love One Medical.
I loved my doctor. But when I found out he wasn't necessarily my primary care physician, I was sad because I want him to be. Maybe he will be. I don't know.
My boyfriend and I have the same doctor, which makes it really great.
That's gross.
No, it's nice.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why. It just is.
Because I like it. Oh my God. Let me tell you about something.
What's the
Getting
tea?
older is not it. I'm a big advocate for euthanasia, for assisted suicide, and Switzerland is on the cutting edge of this. It's legal there, and they had designed this this person had designed this sarco death pod that is supposedly it's a little pod with a clear kind of looks like a luge or like a bobsled thing. Or just like an escape pod from a spaceship, right? So you can get in the pod. You have a beautiful view of wherever. You take it wherever you want to go. I could put it right here on the balcony.
What are you talking about? It's like a clear bubble?
Yeah. So a clear bubble. And it is activated remotely. And then when you get in the pod and you decide that's a wrap, you press a button. And through nitrogen gas or whatever, it supposedly delivers a painless, very quick death. Under 90 seconds or so. Allegedly there's a bit of euphoria and then death.
I watched a video on YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube.
I know.
And I watch a lot of things I shouldn't watch.
I know.
And after I'm done with about 75 tonsil stone videos, I move on
to the Sinaloa cartel dismembering people in the jungle.
Yeah, and once I've done Rotten to the completion, I watched one the other day of, I think it was Sweden, and it was like a guy and his wife, and he signs this paper, and the doctor's there or whatever, and he's on his couch, and the woman's there, and he drinks this little Dixie cup, and they just hang out and talk until he passes away. Which is such a lovely alternative to whatever reason. I mean, what if he was very, very ill, and then the option is for him to violently kill himself?
Mm-hmm. Or get this is fun. You could languish for months.
That's what I mean.
At a palliative care facility, being taken care of by, I don't know, people who don't want to be there, who maybe might mistreat you, and then you get to saddle your loved ones with hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical bills.
Be your own Dr. Sleep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know? I don't think, I mean, you get to lose weight if you go to the...
When you die?
Yeah. Like, I mean...
Skinny.
If your option is to either... If the government has an option for you to drink this Dixie cup or sit in the bubble and pass away painlessly, peacefully at your own leisure.
Yeah.
You put the kids in the car, you spin the mobile above the crib for the baby, you set Alexa to like an auto timer, and you go out on the patio and you do the bubble boy.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the nitrogen, you do Britney Spears Curious. You just keep pumping it in there until it's a noxious cloud. I'm just saying, I just think these options need to be available because the same way some countries are like, we don't want abortion unless it's rape.
Right.
It should be like, you can say, I don't think people should willy-nilly kill themselves, but if there's a situation where you're terminally ill, there should be options for people to go with like grace and dignity, and in a way that doesn't traumatize their families.
Yeah. Or burden them with debt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, we would love to keep you alive. Literally attached to an iron lung for 5 months where you're barely conscious or have any agency. What? You know what I mean? It's just so. But anyways, with the in Switzerland, I think you have to be 50. There's an age limit. So I don't think like as a precocious teen, you couldn't just like get in the death pod after a bad day at school and then just click. And
Otherwise, Gen Z would be fucking going off. They'd be TikToking
decimated. You press this button.
Yeah.
And then the nitrogen comes in, and then you go boop. Yeah.
Oh, TikToking it.
Yeah. Death podding. Death pod would be the new Tide Pods.
100%. Gen Z would be like, I got my brow glue, the thing that glues the brows to the skin. I got my death pod. I'm great. I'm great. But you know what though? The trash can opened. Haunted. Wow. I love haunted shit.
Oh,
I'm reading Christine right now.
Haunted cars.
I think I can't really tell if it's haunted Or the car just is some sort of
Sentient?
autonomy. Yeah.
It's sentient in some way. Yeah.
It's vengeful. It's jealous.
Oh, yeah. It is. It's a sentient car. She's got an
agenda.
Christine's
I've never
got an
seen the
agenda.
movie and I've never read it. So reading it through,
I haven't either.
I know
Seen
nothing
Cujo, though.
about it. So reading it through was like thrilling. Because most of the Stephen King books I've read, I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
So then I kind of know what's coming.
Yeah.
This time I'm like, what's going to happen?
What is going to happen?
I don't know. But I think the metaphor here is like, I think it's about drugs.
No. It's about don't trust your mechanic. You got listen. You think you're gonna bring those brakes in for they're gonna say your whole transmission needs to be replaced, and then they're gonna be like, but we got to go through the back. We got to take out the rear windshield. They're gonna
They tell you they're putting new tires on. It's just retreads.
yeah, and it's gonna take a while. Like they get the parts from Germany. It's like, but this is a Chrysler. What are you talking about? Yeah,
I don't know, sis.
Is it about drugs? It's a metaphor.
Well, Stephen King being a drug addict, in every book I'm looking
He's
for
a drug addict.
Yeah, he was a hardcore drug addict.
Which kind of drugs?
Cocaine, drinking. That's how he would finish a lot of his books. Just. We were filming something the other day where I had to sip decaffeinated coffee.
Oh,
in a scene.
Oh, did you try real decaffeinated coffee?
Yes, and I've never even really had real coffee.
Is this instant coffee or?
It was instant decaffeinated coffee mixed into cold water. Yeah. I've never had something so horrible. Can I ask?
Urine?
You asked me recently.
Have you ever drank your own piss?
Well, we guess we can talk about it on the pod because you did an ad for free spirits. But it's been said before, like, hey, who's drinking if there's no alcohol?
Right.
And you could say, oh, if you're the designated driver,
yes,
or if you are pregnant,
or if you're sober,
yeah, and you just want a cocktail that doesn't have alcohol. Yeah. But who's drinking decaffeinated coffee?
I'm going to tell you something right now about that. It's just Lauren Bacall. And the real, of course, the real elephant in the room is, it is caffeinated.
It is?
The money makes it uncaffeinated. The money that they gave her to do the ad. It's a lie.
So wait a minute.
Nobody's drinking decaffeinated coffee. That's not true.
So wait a minute.
That's not true. Plus, caffeinated
do they take coffee beans and somehow remove the caffeine?
Decaffeinated coffee does have caffeine in it.
It does?
Yes, it does. A little bit. Yes, it does. It does. Actually, I think probably the amount that a green tea has.
Oh.
Yeah.
I drink black tea, which is surprisingly strong. Yeah. I think people think...
About 25% of caffeine of a cup of coffee.
I know. I think if I had a cup of coffee, I would lose it. Because I can have maybe two of these during the day.
Crazy.
Black tea. Mm-hmm. I stopped drinking the hot black tea because it dyes my bottom teeth, my real teeth, dark colors.
Oh, yeah.
And the veneers don't take color.
Tea stained. Yeah.
So then I'm like a Clorox commercial.
Two-toned.
Yeah. Mama's got whites, right?
They just got brown chiclets down there.
I'm going to get one of those glowing blue things that the TikTok people have, the glowing blue mouth things, the teeth whiteners.
Oh, yeah. Are you going to get bottom veneers ever? I'm not pressuring you to do so, like I did with a nose job and I was eviscerated for online.
Oh, is that what people thought you were doing?
No, I actively campaigned for you to get a nose job. I said, you should get a nose job.
Well, when I do YouTube, my first camera is straight in front of me and my second one's to the right and my nose crooks this way. So when the right camera is edited to that, the nose is like, what's up?
Because of the geometry, because you do your face in such a way that they're just shapes and lines, I was like, holy shit,
I had
your
to
nose
start
is
drawing
crooked.
it on.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was just like, holy fucking hell. But there's no breathing problem, right?
No.
Do you snore?
I don't have any problems.
I noticed that. Why does the skin at the back of your neck bleed though all the time?
Well, it's 666. Yeah. It's 69. No, David snores like
no,
Texas chains. No. I sleep like what I think people in sleep commercials sleep like a NyQuil commercial. I get in bed.
Oh, I'm
like
smiling.
set the alarm. Yeah, I go to you wake up smiling. I go to bed smiling. I literally head hits the pillow
and then bam.
I'm not kidding. Less than 60 seconds. REM cycle. I go straight to REM cycle.
Before, yeah.
My eyes
when
are
you're brushing
open
your teeth.
and I'm in the REM cycle. So I'm. It's a little weird for people when they sleep over. And
David's gonna do this.
Yeah. Every night he has to pretend I died. Like we hardly knew you. But David snores like Texas chainsaw, Leatherface, like
fruits of the devil. The fruits of the devil.
And he didn't used to. And I've gotten to the point where sometimes I have to like an old married woman be like, I gotta hit him. Honey. I gotta push him. I gotta do something.
Honey.
And that poor thing, David's bigger than me.
Yeah.
And David's poor little thing is on the corner of the bed because you know how I'm sleeping, baby.
Yeah. sprung out like snow angels in the bed.
In real life, I'm not that flexible.
Oh, contortion in the bedroom.
In the context of sleeping, I'm doing like, what do you call it? Like the ice skating, like.
Oh yeah, dancer's pose. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Full expression.
I gotta move. When I'm sleeping, I gotta be on the side, and I gotta have legs going front and back.
Are you serious?
I'm waiting for the rapture when I'm sleeping. I don't know what I'm doing. Like a cow waiting to be beamed up.
A cow?
Because the aliens steal cows.
But cows.
Oh yeah, I guess the cows don't lay like that. Wait, cows don't lay down at all, do they?
No.
They can't lay down. They got them little legs.
Little teeny legs.
We're going to take a break.
Oh my God.
Whether it's saving more and spending less, getting organized or losing weight, there's a lot of worthwhile goals to set for yourself this year. At the top of my list is learning a new language with Babbel, the language learning app that's sold more than 10 million subscriptions. I am learning Russian again with Babbel because it is so helpful with grammar and explaining the rules of a complicated language, which Russian is. It's fantastic. Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. Their teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you to improve your pronunciation and accent. Right now, save up to 65% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/bald. That's BABBEL.com/bald for up to 65% off your subscription. Babbel.com/bald. Babbel, language for life. Honey, what interferes with you getting truly happy? Is there something that prevents you from experiencing true joy in achieving your goals? Well, if that is the case, then maybe BetterHelp can help. They will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist, and you can connect in a safe and private online environment, which is so convenient. You start communicating in just 48 hours. Now, this is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It is professional counseling done securely online. The service is available for clients worldwide, and you can find particular expertise that you need. Don't limit yourself to the counselors located near you in the physical space. Go online.
Accessing mental health care is so important, and BetterHelp does such a great job because I don't have to worry about the limited amount of therapists in my direct area.
Licensed professional counselors have specialties in depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, sleep, and trauma, anger, family conflicts, LGBT matters, grief, and self-esteem. Everything you share is confidential. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they're recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. Yes, that's right. I want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/bald. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/bald.
You know what's better than an ad break? A beach break. And I know we could all use a getaway right about now. When I want to book a beach vacation, I use cheapcaribbean.com. I'm all about that all-inclusive life. I get more food, more drinks, and more fun for less money and with less worries. Basically, I get more of what I want and less of what I don't. Cheap Caribbean has great deals on incredible all-inclusive beach vacations throughout the Caribbean, Central America, and Mexico, including Cancun, Jamaica, Los Cabos, Punta Cana, Aruba, and more. I am dying to go to the Caribbean. In particular, I have my eye on the Ocean Eden Bay Resort in Jamaica, facing the sea in the Montego Bay area with access to a spectacular white sand beach with turquoise waters. Ocean Eden Bay features modern rooms, a large swimming pool, and wide range of dining options, including an exclusive dinner show restaurant with themed performances. Less money, less worries, more beach. Book today at cheapcaribbean.com.
Okay, I have to say this. So speaking of sleep, snoring, crazy. The other night, did I already share this with you?
No.
Oh man, Mama.
And if you did, I wouldn't remember.
I know. I want to play. I got an audio file. I didn't play you the audio file.
No.
Okay, Mama, something went down.
Wait a minute.
I didn't play you this on my phone. When the screaming from my other.
What?
Mama, something went down. Something had transpired. So there's been this ongoing drama where I don't have, I think we talked about that. I can't I can't say, oh, neighbors, can you please keep it down? Because Mama, the Macarena was on at 2 a.m.
Oh, you did tell me this.
But in the screaming though?
You told me on.
I played the screaming?
You didn't play the screaming.
I told you about the Macarena.
You just told me about it.
Oh, I didn't play you the recorded?
No, you told me that your neighbor was playing the Macarena over and over again.
The next night though, all hell broke loose.
Really?
Yeah, and I'll show you. I felt like, why am I doing this? I should be calling the police. But I was like, who calls the police? It's not a good idea to call the police, because it was.
I'm afraid to call the police in general.
I don't want to call the police. I'm not going to call the police. They're not going to help. But maybe they would here, because listen. So I get out of bed.
Put it closer.
Yeah. I get out of bed and I go to the bathroom window, and then I
can hear footsteps. You're lying.
No, and hold on. This was the weakest. And then I had gone to.
That's gaggy.
So I had gone to the window. First, it was a cat. This is 1 a.m. and I was like, they were playing music loud, and I was like, I didn't have to get up early the next day, but I was just, you know what? I don't want any drama. I go to bed. I put the fan on super loud. And then I put a little YouTube like meditation thing on, like I usually do, and it's loud in my room. And then I hear this screeching, and it's like the cat. It's like a cat or something. They get this crazy cat, whatever. Then it becomes human, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
It's a cat, but it's human.
No.
It's Jocelyn Wilderstein outside your window screaming. Can you play it again? I need to hear it again.
Yeah, of course. So this was. I went to go. I was like, It occurred to me, I was like, should I call what's happening? Should I call somebody? Should I go down there and look? I don't know. I didn't know what to do. And then I was like, I just have to make sure that I'm not crazy. I want to,
By the way, pause it.
What kind of true crime fucking bullshit?
By the way, the stairs seem like they're really straining under your weight. Do you hear that part of it?
It's me.
Play the beginning again. Let's listen to those stairs. That's the stair
wood,
being like, ow.
It's the wood floor.
The
slats. I almost fell through.
I hope it's a screen door. Or creaky door. By the way, I can't believe that scream. So how close did it sound?
It sounded like it was in my bathroom.
That's horrifying.
It was horrifying. Like the walls, unfortunately, I realized are paper fucking thin. Thus the Macarena, like it was in. I started doing it.
Were you?
I had to.
Well, there's something about the Macarena.
It's very infectious.
You're like, would you turn it off? I have to come. I have to go. Yeah. Were you scared?
I was annoyed first.
No,
and then,
I'm talking about the scream.
Yes, I was like, is somebody dying? But then it felt like grief, wailing. Didn't that seem to you like a wail? W-A-I.
I just am scared that it came from nowhere. It wasn't like, I feel like wailing would start slow and get worse.
This was the end of it. It was more intense before. It was screaming.
Oh, so that didn't cut through the night. You heard that before and then recorded it.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
I heard it and I went up to record it. It was gone. I went back to bed. Then it started again, and I went up and I did it. And I was like, because I have to get a record of this somehow. Because it was so infrequent.
What if it's a ghost?
That ain't no fucking ghost, bitch. Ghosts are quiet.
What if you and I did ghost hunting?
It's so boring.
There was a network that pitched a show to me that was drag queens ghost hunting. And I said, no drag queens are going to go where you put those cameras here in the dark.
In green light.
Up light.
In green light.
We're not doing
night
that.
Vision. That's the ghost. That's the horror movie.
That's the horror movie.
No.
Also,
they want a free horror movie. That's what they want.
Yes. And in ghost shows, they'll be like, and all the drag queens I know, it's supposed to be fight or flight. All these bitches are fight. Casper's going to get punched out.
So a cameraman's just going to die. It was like, what's going to happen?
No kidding. Yeah. Imagine like me. Not me, I guess.
There ain't no fucking ghosts.
Could you imagine like Monet? Mm-hmm. Let's see. Who else would be the best in like because I think Monet would believe it.
Yes,
she would get scared. She would go with it.
She would get really carried away. And then, I don't know.
I want like Gia.
Gia
like, oh my
or
God.
Blair would be screaming. Yeah.
The Blair Witch Project.
You're welcome.
Found
there
footage.
You go.
I love found footage movies. Girl, that movie Creep gets me together.
I don't like it anymore. It gets me nauseous. The novelty's worn off for me. All that shaky cam is gonna. Yeah.
You seen Creep?
I've seen Creep and I've seen his dirty ding dong in that
Creep
movie.
2?
Which one we see the dingling in? I've seen them both, I think.
I
see his dingling.
You do see his dingling. That scene where the camera guy's walking downstairs and he's against the door in the wolf mask still.
Oh yeah, but the video he shows the girl with the guy with the axe.
Yes, when he shows it to her, that's the second one, and she thinks it's fake, and he's like, "Does it scare you?" And she's like, "Not really."
Oh, because he hires her off Craigslist to come videotape.
And she has a YouTube series where she learns about people. Did you see this movie, Mark? Gag. The real gag of it, the real gag of the season is the opening of that second one where he's filming with his friend, and he's like, "I've really had a good time getting to know you."
Oh, and he kills him?
On camera, stabs him. I mean, that movie was those movies are so scary. And I love movies like that where, it costs so much to make a movie.
Yeah.
And movies like that cheat the system.
Yeah.
They make an engaging film with so little. And you're like, it's not about full body prosthetics. It's not about CGI. It's not about it's about
taking a can light and shoving it between your
ass. It's about innovation and storytelling. And the performance Mark
Duplass.
He directed you in Room 104.
No, he produced it.
Yeah. The performance he gives is so absurdly good.
That's a creep.
He carries that movie.
Creep. Yeah, with his dirty ding dong. Yeah. It's creepy.
It's
truly
so creepy. And the fact that in the first one, the whole time you think he has cancer and he's like...
that one I haven't seen.
Oh, the first one starts because this guy is paid to make he's like, "Hey, I have terminal cancer and my wife is pregnant. I want to make a video talking to him so that he knows who I am.
Okay.
So I want you to follow me for a day and just let me talk to the camera." And then the guy slowly figures out that he doesn't have cancer. Then he talks to his sister and he's like, "Are you in the house with him? You need to leave immediately." It's so
that just
chilling.
gave me some chilly.
It's similar. It's similar to that fierce movie, The Visit.
Or The Invitation.
Invitation's fabulous, but The Visit is found footage where it's grandkids visiting their grandparents they'd never met.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
I have to ruin it for you. You have to let me tell you. Tell me. There's a part where they're like, after the whole movie, they're like, 75% through the film, and the daughter's like, "We gotta call mom. We gotta FaceTime mom or Zoom. Grandma's been really weird. Grandpa's been really weird." And the mom's like, show me where they are. And they hold the phone out the window and they show grandma and grandpa out in the yard waving. And the mom goes, "Those are not your grandparents." And they've been living with the grandparents for months. It's fucking crazy. You have to watch it. Whoa. I scared myself.
What is I saw the one where
I scared myself retelling the plot of a movie. If that scream would have happened and I would have heard that, I would have screamed louder and longer. She would have said,
one-up her.
"Ah!" And I would have said, "Ah!" Like I would have one-upped her out of sheer terror.
Maybe the next time I hear a scream, I'm going to blast the Macarena. I'm going to hit him.
No, you know what you need to give?
What?
Remember Silence of the Lambs when she screams and he's like, "Oh!" You need to give that.
I need to James Gum that bitch.
You need to knock on her door and then
goodbye horses.
Yes.
Listen, I want to talk to you about something that I actually really am passionate about. Stamps. That's right. You heard it. You can call me a boomer. You can call me a zoomer. You can call me a loony nooner. I don't know. I love stamps, and I'm never going to stop loving them. Okay? So I am a small business owner, and I'm busy. Thank you. I have a lot of things to do and not enough time to do it in. That's why I love stamps.com, because it saves me a trip to the post office, which I also love, by the way. So it's a catch-22. I can print official postage right from my computer and spend less time at the post office and more time running my business. My business, diva. They save you money. They save you time and stress. And for more than 20 years, Stamps.com has been indispensable for over 1 million businesses. Whether you're an office sending invoices, a side hustle Etsy shop, or a full-blown warehouse shipping out orders, Stamps.com will make your life easier, sexier, saltier, wonderful. Save time and money this year with Stamps.com. Sign up with promo code BALD for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, free postage, and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter code BALD. Okay, imagine you're a filmmaker shooting a comedy about the end of the world, and all around you, it feels like the world is already ending. What do? That's the story of The Last Movie Ever Made, the official podcast about the making of Don't Look Up, the new film now on Netflix. Basically, it documents what happened when Adam McKay brought hundreds of cast and crew to Boston to make a movie in the middle of a pandemic. And not just any cast, we're talking Leo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, Meryl Streep, Tyler Perry, Jonah Hill, Timothée Chalamet, Kate Blanchett, Rob Morgan, Kid Cudi, and Ariana Grande. During the day, they were making a satire about societal collapse, but at night, they were isolated in hotel rooms watching society collapse on the nightly news in real life.
I watched Don't Look Up, and I would love to hear about how it was made during a pandemic. It sounds insane to me considering its A-list cast.
It's The Last Movie Ever Made, out now on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Health is so much more than just diet and exercise, you know? Now, the research increasingly shows that a healthy gut microbiome is crucial to a healthy life. A healthy gut microbiome, that's the microbiome that lives in your gut. Now, over time, people with type 2 diabetes lose the gut bacteria that help them digest fiber and manage blood glucose levels. So, for those with type 2 diabetes, diet and exercise alone are often not enough to manage it. Pendulum glucose control is the first and only probiotic clinically shown to help manage type 2 diabetes when taken with medication. Why pendulum? Let me tell you. It can feel like an uphill battle to keep post-meal blood sugar and A1C levels where you need them. Pendulum glucose control can help you. That's right. Their team of scientists, doctors, and innovators isolated the unique strains of beneficial gut bacteria that help people with type 2 diabetes manage their blood sugar levels. Isn't that fascinating? Isn't that incredible? I do believe so.
I actually know a lot of people with diabetes, and you know what they need? They need all the help they can get, including help from their gut microbiome.
If you or someone you love has type 2 diabetes, take control of glucose levels with Pendulum Glucose Control. Use code BALD at pendulumlife.com to get 20% off all products. That's pendulumlife.com. Promo code BALD for 20% off.
I'm just worried that there was a true crime incident that had taken place, and now I have been a witness to
I'm
it.
concerned that there was a true crime incident that you could have been involved in, where you were the hero. And I'm also concerned that there's paranormal activity and you're not harvesting it for personal gain on social media.
Okay.
Because you could have a ghost hunting TikTok, honey. 3 reasons there's a ghost in your house.
Spooky
Screaming.
noise.
The
Macarena.
Maybe it's the ghost of, I forget what band it is that sings Macarena, but maybe it's the ghost of them.
Psy. Oh,
It's the ghost of their careers.
Oh, and that's the tea, hunty.
You know what? We need to, I know we're wrapping up, but
Yeah,
we need to destigmatize a one-hit wonder. Those bitches have it figured out.
Oh, you couldn't.
Longevity? That means having to stay after hours.
Yeah,
that means
longevity
work.
means having to work in your 40s. That means having to come up with your own skincare line to hide the fact that you get surgical procedures done every 6 months to look youthful. You know what I mean? One hit wonder. It's wonderful.
And you don't have to work ever again.
Yeah, Toyotathon. They licensed that song.
Girl,
you're sitting
Toyotathon.
pretty in the Bahamas.
Y2, yes to Kia. Y2K, yes to Kia.
Yeah.
Girl,
Ernie Bach Jr.
when I did Whitney Cummings pod, I met Natasha Bedingfield. Feel the rain on your skin.
Big time.
If you wrote Unwritten,
Honey,
and that's your song, you own the publishing,
you never have to write again.
put your feet up, Mary.
Yeah.
Gain a lot of weight and get premium cable and do nothing. Who cares?
Fake your death, start again. Yeah.
I'm worried about following up with my sophomore album. Fuck that sophomore
Yeah.
album.
You're dropping out of school, baby. It's hammer time.
At the most, you can coach Little League like for a few months a year. That's it.
You're going to Vegas. You're going to let it all ride. Flipping houses,
Couldn't agree more.
killing people.
You can do your Vegas residency, but since you're a one-hit wonder, it's a very short show.
12 minutes with a 6-minute intro,
Video, a 6-minute highlight reel.
and a 1-minute Q&A. That
Would you ever do Vegas someday if we ever got to do it, like a residency?
no, I don't believe I would, unless it was
The Quintinta?
unless it was like at the Bellagio
Yeah.
in the water with the fountains. Those fountains made me cry. I would want to do it in like some kind of scenario where the production is so elaborate and so
That
incredible.
no one makes money.
No, that the likelihood of me dying in a giant toilet like Katy Perry, with the did you see her in the toilet?
I 100%.
You saw her in the toilet paper. I want a giant prosthetic. I want to come between two legs on a heavy flow day, a blood red slip inside, come out of a period, and then get like snatched up in a tampon and then like shot up into the ceiling and then blown out of a cannon into the audience in a diaper.
Every night.
Every night. And that would be fun. But just like da 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 boo da boo da boo, no.
But think about it. The audience comes to us. You get to tour without ever going anywhere.
No, I get the appeal for sure. In Vegas is its own kind of world, but I don't know. I think you would be great in a Vegas residency. I will do a cute 6 minutes. Like you know how you have a bit with the audience?
I believe you'll do 6 minutes. I don't believe it'll be cute.
Yeah. I will provide the necessary boner break that will propel the second half of your act.
There's this fierce clip of Tiffany New York Pollard on Flavor of Love where she goes, I think she goes like, Goldie's cute. She's a cute girl. I think I just spit food out.
Drooling.
Goldie's cute. She's a cute girl, but I'm gorgeous. Gorgeous Devours cute. And that's how I feel about you.
Gorgeous drools all over cute. And it spits food at it. How about this? Be like, we would do another fake riff or whatever fight. Splinter off. Hugely successful. Do your Vegas residency.
Dueling shows.
No. I come to see your show. I arrive late, right after intermission, and then you do a bit with the crowd, and it's me. I take off my Beagle Puss glasses and my trench coat, and it's me in drag, and then I do a 3-minute sort of maybe physical comedy thing with you, and you shoot me, or somebody shoots. I don't know.
I would love for you to come to the show with your husband, and everyone.
Sci-fi.
Yeah, and he's like, she's magnificent. And then you come to the dressing room and I'm like, mad hell. And then I steal your husband.
And I have
ringing.
my, what would I be ringing? It wouldn't be like, was it a handkerchief? It would be
pack of Marlboros, just twisting and a little tobacco running out the bottom of the crushed cardboard.
Blood. Tobacco and blood.
It's a ShamWow. It's your sweat rag.
Oh, yeah. My dishcloth, or just to put some barbed wire.
Remember the ShamWow?
I'm not.
It was a rag they sold on television.
ShamWow.
It's a ShamWow, which is like a rag.
I'm actually
but it's wow because it holds a lot of moisture.
I'm not exactly clear on what a ShamWow is.
There's a gentleman, he had a head like a Britney microphone on TV, which makes no sense. There's a commercial where he's like, look, it holds all this fluid. It was like a tampon commercial where they pour the fluid on it.
Yeah. Is it true though?
I never got one.
Is it?
If you have a ShamWow, please comment. Let us know how it actually went.
Yeah, let us know. Because I'll tell you what, when I took off my drag the other day, at the end of the day, having done running, I probably ran a mile that day in drag. Wow. Not a mile.
I really don't believe that.
A mile. Half a mile. I really did. Just between setting up, jumping, fighting, I was in a van. At the end of the day, I took off the costume and I was like, I wonder if this should just be burned immediately.
Well, you can't burn something that wet.
No. If I had burned it, tried to throw it in the fire, I would have caught on fire like in Hereditary.
You would have.
You know what I mean?
And I would have been, what's her name? Not Tori Spelling. Toni Collette. And that scene where she's like, but I would have been.
Yeah. Actually, that's what I want to do in your show. I want to piano wire my head off.
Yes.
Every night.
And I go to sleep smiling. And that's our double act.
That'd be fierce. Yeah. That would be fierce if the last thing people saw was my headless body just floating up into a treehouse.
That part made me laugh.
It's funny. It's whimsical.
That body
she went whoop, and she knew exactly where the air traffic control was like, okay, yep. And headless body, we're gonna go up and into the treehouse.
That made me laugh.
It's hysterical. Yeah.
You know what scene is lit?
What?
That scene at the dinner table when Toni Collette and that teen boy get in a fight.
Oh, when she lets it all out. Oh.
I know we've talked about like 40 times. They need to give serious awards away for horror films.
Yeah.
It's because it's a horror film. I mean,
yeah.
I finished Misery and I was like, you know what? After reading this, Miss Kathy Bates.
Well, she did win an Oscar.
I know, but that's like the only time that shit happens.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think Rebecca Hall should have been nominated for the Night House. She's the lead in this. She's in every fucking scene. It's so good. There's so much range happening. It's a lot to sell in a horror movie, especially if it's supernatural.
The stakes have to be extremely high.
Yeah.
I mean, in normal movies, it's like, well, what if he doesn't give me the ring and we don't get married?
Yeah.
You're fighting for your life in a horror movie. Neve Campbell should have an EGOT.
Yeah. Where's the Tony from, though?
Scream the musical.
Just
She
screaming.
produces.
Just screaming.
She was at your house. She was at your house.
I mean, so what do I do?
Well, my neighbors are probably confused because I think they know I do drag. And if I scream, they're like, is she laughing?
Oh, yeah, because you've got mixed signals going on
Like,
there.
is she laughing?
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm in my room doing YouTube by myself, I'm screaming in there. And I'm always like, what do the neighbors think's going on? I'm putting on blush like, ah! like they probably, I'm that kid in Babadook in the back seat.
I didn't realize. It's funny when you see where a meme comes from.
Oh, yeah.
That's fun.
When she's like, what is wrong with you? Ah!
I love that. That movie fucking ruled.
Turned it.
Turned the party, that Babadook.
Swedish? Is it Swedish?
No.
Is it Swedish?
British?
Melfi?
I think it's British.
Those people don't speak English. It is? It's Australian?
It's Australian.
Australian film.
Australian actors are so damn good.
Margot Robbie.
I'll tell you what, film-wise, Macbeth, fucking stunning. The Tragedy of Macbeth, Denzel Washington and Frances McDormand by Joel Cohen. Stunting.
I prefer McFlurry. And that's the end of the pod.
Okay.
Okay, bye.